Hello, everybody. Rob Cootie here, the MLM Solution. Today is Thursday, September 9th. I don't know where Saturday came from. I'm already looking forward to the weekend. All right. With that being said, today's episode is going to be MLM bonuses, the pros and cons of MLM bonuses. Yeah, believe it or not, there are some cons to getting bonuses in the network marketing industry. We're going to cover that. We're going to talk about how to avoid those negative bonuses, if you will, and to keep the negativity that they could cause to a minimum so that you can enjoy those bonuses to the fullest. Once again, very few people are going to talk about these unique things that happen in network marketing. We want you to enjoy those bonuses as much as possible and utilize them to where they're going to have the biggest impact. We'll talk about that and more in today's episode. And as always, we're going to stream live at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to our Facebook page, our YouTube channel. If you don't know where to find us, all you have to do is use hashtag the MLM Solution, hashtag the MLM Solution to find us on our various social media platforms, pretty much on the internet in general, and or just as easy, go to the MLMsolution.net and you can click the live link and you'll be able to join us live on those channels as well. All right, with that being said, we're going to go live here very shortly, and I'm going to hop off of here so we can make that happen. I'll see you in a bit.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your host, Rob Cootie and Marie Cannon.
Hello there, Miss Marie. How are you today?
Good morning. Yes, we are sliding toward the weekend. You must have something exciting going on this Saturday.
I do. I was already there. Oh, man, I tell you, sometimes I worry myself.
Well, that's the problem with retired life, right? Just about every day feels a little bit like Saturday. So there you go.
Yeah, it does. You're right. That's kind of funny you say that because that's exactly the way it feels sometimes. Yeah, I don't know what to say. And, you know, you shoot for retirement. When you get it, you don't know what to do with it sometimes. Because every day ends up kind of being the same. I mean, you know, need that pattern interrupt, you know.
Well, it's like every day's Saturday. Saturday is my favorite day of the week, right? For most people, it's like the beginning of the weekend. Friday, you still had to work, but you have the weekend to look forward to. Sunday, the weekend's almost over, and you're starting to think about the work week coming up starting tomorrow. But Saturday, it's that perfect space right in between where everything's possible.
Listen to her.
So from now on, Thursday's Saturday. That's all there is to it. That's where I'm going with.
Okay, that'll work.
Now everybody's confused.
Oh man, I tell you what. Sometimes we have fun in such weird ways, don't we?
Yes, I do have a warped and odd sense of humor.
Yeah, well, it goes hand in hand with mine. The reason why I said that. So with that being said, Miss Marie, today, bonuses. We all love bonuses, don't we?
Bonuses are a beautiful thing.
Yeah. So how is it that they can also be negative?
Well,
yeah, I know. It's kind of oxymoron, I guess. Would you say?
Well, potentially. I think it's one of those things where, you know, if you have certain goals in mind, it kind of falls under the category of shiny object syndrome, in my opinion. It's one of those things that can distract you from what your ultimate goals are. Now, if you're changing your goal, that's one thing. But if you're on a path to a certain goal and you have distractions that take you off that path and prevent you from either achieving your goal or make it take so much longer to get to your goal, then maybe that's a little bit of a not such a great thing.
Yeah. And, the thing is that you want to enjoy the bonuses as much as possible. I mean, that's part of the game, right? You're building a business. Bonuses are surprises. You should not build a business solely on going from one bonus to the other. Okay. You should build from pin rank to pin rank. Actually, the business building activity, as we talked about earlier this week, I think Monday, if I'm not mistaken, where we talk about building from one event to the other. And I think Miss Marie is going to put that on our episode list where we'll go into greater detail about that, because that's a vitally important business building process and or tactic, whatever you want to call it. But at the same time, guys, you don't want to look like if you're a Ruby right now and you want to go to Pearl, you don't want to look at the comp plan and say, oh, look at that bonus. I want to build towards that bonus. Now, I can't tell you what to do. If that bonus excites you, that's awesome. That's great. I always looked at them as gravy, icing on the cake, whatever you want to call it. Because I was there for the long term. I was there for the big money. Bonuses are nice. If you're not used to getting a $30,000 check, then I can see where that would be enticing. Okay. But when you're used to getting, $50,000, $100,000 checks, $30,000 doesn't excite you a whole lot. Now, I would not turn my nose up to $30,000. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, and I'm not being snobbish, what I'm saying is I would never build from just because of the bonus. I would build for the pin rank because here's what I know. When you build from one pin rank to the other, what you're doing is you're ultimately working towards, if you have big goals, your ultimate goal. But along the way, you're building stability, because if the company set up the comp plan right, we're not going to get into detail. We've done episodes on this. They'll say, Rob, in order to get from Ruby to Sapphire, you got to have 5 leaders at the direct level or above, right, Miss Marie? Mm-hmm. And your business has to create, let's say, 10,000 group volume a month. So I got to have these leaders. And Miss Marie, some comp plans, I know some of the ones I was with, not only did they have to be directs and above, but Miss Marie, they had to be directs for 3 months. They weren't going to pay you the big money just because Miss Marie made direct in August, and in September she fell back to non-direct, right?
Right.
So there are certain comp plans that have multiple stipulations on them, and to be honest with you, a lot of people look at that as a negative, but it's not. Okay, they lay out the game plan. They say, here's the game, here's the rules. And there's plenty of people ahead of you that are playing the game according to the rules and getting paid, which means it's possible. Okay. So don't sit and fret and suck your thumb. If they say, hey, they got to be a direct for 3 months, guess what? If you teach them to build the business right, and how is that? The way we teach you, build towards the 10,000 group volume. Why do we teach you that? So that your directs will be a direct for 3 months and a whole lot longer. Why? Because 10,000 group volume, for the most part, qualifies you up, regardless of comp plan, almost guarantees that when you get to a certain pin rank, you're going to stay there, right, Miss Marie? Mm-hmm. Okay, because most directs don't require 10,000 group volume. They require 5,000, 5,200 or something like that. Well, it's even less than that for a direct. I mean, direct is typically right at the lower levels. So I would say 2,000, 2,500, something like that. Yep. And 1 or 2 leaders, whatever the case may be. The point is, guys, is that if you shoot for the 10,000 group volume, you should put your people, your downline, your growing leaders, your budding leaders in a position to where they'll qualify for just about every bonus along the way and every pin rank along the way, regardless of the company stipulations. Would you not agree?
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the reasons we're addressing this today is, the bonuses in the network marketing structure are part of the compensation plan, but we've never really talked about them before. We almost ignore them because whenever we talk, we're talking about, the importance of getting that first check, which obviously implies there's some volume that has been built. And then we're talking about hitting that 10,000 group volume level and focusing solely on the income generated from that volume, disregarding any potential bonuses you may achieve along the way or when you do hit that 10,000 group volume level and the pin rank that goes along with it. Because we do view bonuses as just that. It is a bonus, right? It's something extra. And we're really trying to build on the fundamentals of the business. But at the same time, we can't ignore the fact that bonuses are part of the compensation plan. And they can be great.
Yeah.
And there's some fantastic bonuses. I've seen different compensation plans where you achieve a certain pin rank. And again, that there may be that stipulation that you maintain that pin rank for 2 or 3 months to make sure it wasn't a bought to that level type of situation or a fluke that happens, that there's going to be some consistency there, that there are some large checks that are issued as a bonus.
Yeah.
And then sometimes there are trips that happen as a bonus. Sometimes there's a paid for car program that happens as a bonus. And some of those things, it's hard to put a dollar value on, like the trips and the cars, because depending on what the car's actually worth, or, you go on a trip, you can price out the same type of trip. But Rob, I know you've definitely experienced this. When you go on these network marketing company sponsored executive trips or presidential trips or whatever they are first class all the way.
Oh gosh, yes.
and the expenses they occur, I mean, it's just, it's crazy. There are some really, really phenomenal experiences.
Yes. It's over the top. It is. It's probably some of the best trips that you'll ever go on, to be honest with you, because they do go over the top. What you hope is that you get along with the people you're on the trip with. I kind of hate to bring that up, but sometimes it happens. Not everybody in network marketing gets along, right? But the trips themselves, yes, they're phenomenal. One of the last ones that I did not make it to for various reasons was to Monaco, and boy, I'm pissed off I missed that. Oh man, I'm pissed off. I still over that one. Anyway, the bottom line is, guys, is that bonuses. Look, you don't want to build from one bonus to the other. We made that clear. All right, you should build from pin rank to pin rank, and if you do it right and use our 5 simple steps and do the 10,000 group volume, you're going to qualify for all the bonuses along the way. That is a positive. Okay, that's another reason why the 10,000 group volume is such an important thing, why we advocate it, why we show you how to make the 10,000 group volume happen, from getting your first check all the way up to the point you reach that 10,000 group volume level. That is the reason why we do that, so that you don't have to worry about any of these little intricate details about a comp plan, right, Ms. Marie? Mm-hmm. Okay, now we're not going to turn this into the 10,000 group volume discussion, because it's all about the bonuses. But if you do the 10,000 group volume, I'm telling you, for the most part, outside of the comp plans that Miss Marie and I have not been privy to over the last few years, you're going to qualify for almost every bonus, almost every trip, almost every car. Okay. Excuse me. You do not, I don't know if you know this, Miss Marie, you do not have to take the trips. Did you know that? You can turn them down.
Correct.
And you do not have to take the cars. You can turn, now the bonuses, I don't know. I've never known anybody turn down a bonus. I don't know. I don't think I have.
Well, it's one of those where, some people, they're not interested in the cars, depending on where they live, what their lifestyle is, whatever may go on. Some people don't like to travel. They don't like to do those exotic type of vacations. They don't like to be away. There's that famous football coach, John Madden. Do you remember him? When he would travel with his football team, and then when he was announcing, I don't remember if it was Monday Night Football or just the Sunday games or whatever, the man would not fly. He took a bus everywhere. So if you're one of those people, you're not going to fly. You're not going to go on those trips to Monaco, Hawaii, the exotic places that they tend to go. And you would be inclined to turn down the trip. But, I've never seen anybody turn down money.
No,
that one I haven't seen.
No, absolutely not. And I would venture to say that we'd be hard to find someone. But anyway, okay. So back to the thing. If you do the 10,000 group volume, you're going to have a positive experience with all of the bonuses. Okay. And here's the thing. Bonuses are fantastic. Based on the comp plan, overall, if you go from day one, when you join this new company, to where you reach Diamond, a lot of times these network marketing companies, the bonuses get added up to $250,000 or more. Okay. If you don't qualify for those bonuses, and you keep moving up the pin ranks, you can never go back and get that. You can't say to the company, well, I missed the direct bonus because I wasn't qualified at the time, but now I'm qualified. Can I have that? And it was 6 months ago. It comes like, no, you get the bonus that time, not 6 months later. Okay. I don't care what you qualify for now. The bottom line is you missed out on that money, right, Miss Marie? Mm-hmm. There's no retro to the word bonus. Would you not agree?
That typically not correct.
Yes. Now, if there's a mistake on the company's part in regards to tallying your numbers and stuff, yes. I have seen that, where the company stood up and said, you know what, you're right. We made boo-boo. Here's your bonus check. But that's totally different. My point is that if you do the 5 simple steps, you do the 10,000 group volume, and you move along the way, you should more times than not qualify for every bonus, meaning that you could put an extra $250,000 into your pocket based on the comp plans. Okay. It could be just $75,000 in other comp plans, right, Miss Marie? You and I cannot vouch for the value, but most bonuses are, especially as you get up in pin rank, really are something else. They're fantastic. So with that being said, think about it. If you were in a situation where a company was going to pay you $250,000 in bonuses as you went from 0 to Diamond within the first couple of years, that's paying off a house. Would you not agree, Miss Marie?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
We're close to it. Okay. And we did an episode yesterday, build for the future, live it today. But bonuses is icing on the cake. That's found money. Okay. That money could be used to do what? If you're taking your regular network marketing check each and every month to pay off your debt, and then you have these bonuses, guess what? That's bonus money that you could buy more gold, more silver, right, Miss Marie? Or put into an investment account or into real estate, whatever your long-term investment goals are, or you could pay off that house, okay, to where you are totally debt-free in the first 3 years with this new company. Okay, any of those approaches are admirable and a great way to go about it. You have to make that choice. Now, we're not going back to yesterday's episode. We're going to stick with the bonuses, but we need to show you the value of these bonuses, that you don't want to blow them off, but you don't build from one to the other. Okay, what you do is you look at the pin rank and you say, what do I have to do to go from ruby to sapphire? What do I have to do to go from sapphire to pearl? What do I have to do to go from pearl to whatever the next level stone is, right, Miss Marie?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. And it's not about the volume, because once again, if you do the 10,000 group volume, that's taken care of. You say to yourself, I'm not going to worry about that because I'm well on the way to having 100 people doing 100 PV per month. That is a no-brainer, or I've already done it. What you look for is how many leaders you have. That is a direct reflection of how great of an example you have set yourself. It's also a great example of how you hold people accountable. And it's also, more than anything, a great example of what kind of teacher you are, right, Miss Marie? Because if you're not teaching people how to do things correctly and then holding them accountable when they call you crying in their beer because they're not getting the results based on the effort they're giving, and you hold them accountable and say, well, it's because you're not doing X, Y, Z, guess what? You can have all the volume in the world. You could have 20,000 group volume, and you're not going to go up in pin rank because you're not breaking leaders, right, Miss Marie?
Right.
Okay. Now you say, Rob, what's that got to do with bonuses? Well, because we just said you got to have volume and leaders in order to qualify for the bonuses, and nobody wants to throw away $200,000 to $250,000 in bonuses. Okay, now we just said that you got to be a great leader, a great teacher, and hold people accountable, et cetera, et cetera. And believe it or not, that's part of the game plan in maximizing the bonuses in this business. Now, if you missed your first bonus, second bonus, as you go from nothing to diamond, it's not anything to fret over. You may lose $4,000 or $5,000. So instead of it being $250,000, it ends up being $245,000. I'm not going to cry over $5,000, right, Miss Marie? But
not when you're at that income level, no.
That's right. Okay, but the bottom line is that those first two missed bonuses will teach you how to maximize those bonuses and pay close attention to the overall picture of what you got to do to get those bonuses. Now, you say, Rob, you just said don't focus on the bonuses. I'm not saying I'm focusing on it. What I'm saying is if I'm going to go from Ruby to Sapphire, I'm going to look at the total picture. How many leaders do I need and how much volume do I need? And here's the bonus. I'm not building towards that bonus. That bonus is gravy. What I'm doing is I'm going from one pin rank to the other. When I make Sapphire, I look at the emerald, okay, and I say, what do I have to do? What kind of volume and what kind of leaders do I have to qualify for emerald? And then I go to the next level. And I say, oh, by the way, there's a check there. And that's the amount that I get, okay? And what I'm doing is I'm checking my boxes to make sure I have the leaders and make sure I have the volume. Now, the leaders are a direct reflection of my ability to teach and hold people accountable. That's it, okay? I taught them the proper way to do it. Now, and plus the ability, Miss Marie, which is kind of, I take it for granted. People know this sometimes. Look, if Miss Marie has built her business to the super direct level, but she's not interested in going to emerald or pearl or ruby, and I through my communication with her, because I check with her once or twice a week based on what she wants me to do, and it's becoming obvious that she's not willing to do that, I know to leave her and let her be the best 5 or 6. And we had an episode on that, right, Miss Marie? To let her be the best 5 or 6 that she can be. Why is that important? Why is that tied to the bonus? Because it tells me to move on to what? To some other leader in my business that's what? Wanting to move forward. They just need a little direction, a little guidance, a little help, a little encouragement, right, Miss Marie? So I let Miss Marie be the best she can be. I love her, and I leave her for another leader that's ready to move up. Why? Because that is where I'm going to build my leaders, is finding those that are ready to move on and work with them and let Miss Marie be what she wants to be. And she's happy. She's happy with the less stress. She's happy with the hours that she's putting into the business. She's happy with the money that she's making, right, Miss Marie? There's no sense in forcing Miss Marie to try to be something she's not or not willing to do at this moment. And down the road, she may change her mind, but right now she's happy. Let her be what she's going to be. Otherwise, you're going to push her away and you're going to hurt yourself rather than help yourself. Okay. So what am I doing? I'm moving one person to another, working with another person that wants to take their business to a higher level. Miss Marie, a lot of people are afraid of the word leader. Oh, I don't want to be a leader. I just want to build. I just want to make money. So you don't want to use the word leader, but people want to better their lifestyles. So that's what I'm looking for. So I work with those people. I'll let Miss Marie be what she's going to be. You say, Rob, what's I got to do with bonuses? Because I got to pick and choose the right people that will help me, Miss Marie, develop more leaders. Why? Because those leaders will help me qualify for all the bonuses as I continue to move up. Whoever has the most leaders wins. My goal is I sponsored 90 people, or let's say 60 people in 90 days, is to find the people that are ready now to do something out of those 60 people. And I work with them. And then later on, Miss Marie says, okay, I'm ready. That just meant that Miss Marie is part of the second third. 1/3 will do it now, 1/3 will do it later, 1/3 will never do it. Okay. And she took action when she first joined, but then she leveled off because she was happy. Okay. And so I moved on to other people that wanted more. And then later on, she gets with me and says, hey, I'm ready to move forward. What is that doing? I'm developing leaders. I'm working with those that are willing to work with me. And my whole goal is to develop as many leaders as I possibly can. That's what my focus is. If I do that, I'll create the volume and I'll create the leaders that are necessary to grab those bonuses. Now, the negative side is, Miss Marie, if I focus totally on going from one bonus to the other, instead of looking at the pin rank advancement requirements, what happens is I frustrate myself. You know why? Because I'm so focused on that $50,000 bonus at the emerald level that I'm not putting together the proper business that will sustain it. Because I can put together and I can qualify for the emerald. You know, the moment you qualify for an emerald, Miss Marie, they don't cut that check that day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It usually there's a delay there, guys, because they don't just throw $50,000 around. Okay, Miss Marie, if I don't build it right, Miss Marie, and I'm in a hurry to get from one bonus to the other, I'm just throwing things together. I'm just putting band-aids over a potential problem, meaning that I'm pushing Miss Marie to be something that she's not. And because she doesn't want to tell me no, she's going out there and is like, oh, you know, I don't want to put in an extra 2 hours a day. And I really, you know, that next level is really not that important to me. I'm happy, but I'm going to do it because Rob's been so nice to me. And, you know, I know Rob and I don't want to disappoint him. So I really don't want to do it, but I'll do it for him. Okay. And she's afraid to say no. And so she's giving it a half effort. And she is making an effort because she's a professional, but she's not real, her heart's not really in it, meaning that she'll just barely qualify to get me over the hump, right, Miss Marie? And then all of a sudden, she's like this, and she's teeter-tottering, and then, because the moment she makes it, she's like, woof, I'm glad that's over with. I did it. I'm going to go back to, you know, cutting back on, I'm not going to do 2 hours extra every day. I'm going to cut back. And the moment she does that, it won't happen right away, but what will happen is, you'll see this, right, Miss Marie?
Yeah, it'll level off, and it's just the natural. It starts deteriorating, right?
Right. So what does that mean? It means that Rob's all excited. Oh, I finally made it. I made it to emerald. You know, I get the 50,000 check. You know, and the check doesn't come right away. And so all of a sudden, Rob logs in. He sees these number of people their volume starts sliding down. Now it's not a great slide per person, but as a collective group, I'm starting to lose thousands in PV. Why? Okay, or GV, group volume. Why? Because these people did just enough to get over the hump. They're not serious about the next level. They did just enough to get there. And when they got there, they went, oh, I'm glad that's over. I don't want to do that anymore. And what are they going to do? They're going to fall back to the 5 or 6 level where they're comfortable, where they're happy. Right, Miss Marie?
Yep.
Because Marie didn't want those extra hours. She didn't want that extra stress. She didn't want her spouse giving her a hard time because of all the extra work, all this and that. They were happy where they were. Why are you doing this? Blah, blah, blah. And so her heart wasn't in it. She did just enough to get there. And then she's just like, and if I keep pushing her, I'm going to lose her altogether. Okay, she's going to say, it's not worth it. You know what? I'm making nice money, but I'm not putting up with this crap. Rob's driving me nuts. I'm out of here. Right, Miss Marie?
Potentially.
Yes, I know you. But the point is, guys, now I'm really losing the bonuses. Now I'm really hurting myself. Yeah, I got to the emerald level, but theoretically, volume-wise and leader-wise, I have now fell back to a sapphire level. The company would never take my emerald pin from me. They could never tell me that I can't wear it the next, because that's the highest level I ever made. And I have every right to wear it. But that doesn't mean I'm an emerald at that moment. That's the negative part of trying to shoot for the bonus. I was pushing people to qualify for the next pin rank, which makes them the level. Because every time you go up, Miss Marie, you go from, without dragging this out and rehashing, you go from a direct to a super direct, and you go to a sapphire, then you go to ruby, blah, blah, blah. Guys, here's what happened. At every level, as I said, you have to have leaders. But here's the thing. When you go from super direct to ruby, it now says you must have 1 super direct, 4 directs, and the super direct must have this much volume per month, and the other directs must have this. Right, Miss Marie? As you go up in the pin rank, the number of pin ranks changes, but also the level of those pin ranks, or those leaders' pin ranks change, right? You got to have, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. You could have, I kid you not, guys, you could have 20,000 group volume, and you could have 20 directs and miss out on bonuses. And you're making crazy money, okay? But you'll never get higher than an emerald because you don't have any rubies and mixed in with your other directs, right, Miss Marie?
Right.
Okay, they may say, hey, you got to have 4 rubies and 1 sapphire out of 15 liters. Okay. And so if you don't have that, guess what? You don't meet the qualifications. Right, Miss Marie?
Yeah.
So once again, the power of the 10,000 group volume comes to the forefront. Why? Because if you teach your people, each and every one of your leaders, to do 10,000 group volume, to shoot for it, you know in your heart that you are going to have that covered, right, Miss Marie? You are going to have rubies. You are going to have emeralds, okay? Because everybody's creating 10,000 group volume. 10,000 group volume is going to qualify you for almost every pin level and bonus that you can run into in most comp plans. Would you not agree?
Well, that's the goal, and that's part of the reason we focus on that, right?
Yes. So that you can maximize. We always use the word. Why do you think we say maximize the financial opportunity that company's presenting you? And why do you think we use that term? Because we want you to use the 10,000 group volume so you can maximize it, including the bonuses. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to focus on going from one bonus to the other, because you're going to miss this setting the solid foundation that where you not only qualify, but you will stay there and you will actually get that $50,000 bonus. Okay. Here's the thing, guys. When you do the 10,000 group volume and you teach your people to do the same thing, you are building such a solid foundation that even if one or two people leave your business, if one or two other people decide that they didn't want the big business after all these things will happen. This is the dynamics of the business. It's just the way it is. Guess what? You're still going to be on solid ground that you can build on. And so what if it takes you 3 months to go from sapphire to emerald? Because usually emerald is just below diamond, somewhere in there. Okay, now here's the point. If I started in January and I say to myself, well, Rob, with your experience and knowledge, you should be an emerald by March. Okay. Now that means I'll qualify for emerald, but I got to finish the whole month of March as an emerald, right, Miss Marie? I may qualify, I may meet the qualifications, but I got to maintain that, right? In order for me to get, okay. And they're going to make sure that, hey, not only is he qualified, but hey, by the last day of March, he's still got to be in that qualification of emerald in order for him to get the pin and the bonus. Okay. And let's say that didn't happen. Let's say March came around and I was, 8,000 or 9,000 group volume short. I'm not going to panic. Something may happen. Somebody might have left. Somebody might have decided this business isn't for them, whatever the case may be. Because of my experience and knowledge, I know that it's part of the game. I'm like, okay, no big deal. I'll just keep, working with my people. And you know what? I'll make up that 8,000 or 9,000 group volume that left me this month. I'm not going to get all pissed off because I didn't make my goal in March, right, Miss Marie? Because I'm focused on the long game, which is 1 to 3 years, knowing that I will qualify for emerald. And when I do, I'll never have to worry about disqualifying myself for emerald because I put such a solid foundation. I took my time. I did it right. I worked hard. I did the right things, and I moved forward. And you know what? I may not make emerald until July, but once I make it in July, man, it'll never be questioned again. I'll get that bonus check. I'll be more than happy to wait from March to July to get that $50,000 bonus check. I am not going to freak out over it. If you notice, I'm not building from one bonus check to the other. What am I doing? I'm focusing on the basics, which is what? Put that solid foundation in. Don't be emotional. Just stay steady and do what? The 5 simple steps, CCBBA. Just stay steady. It'll all come together. And when it does, I'll never have to look back. I won't have to worry about it. Okay. And so once July comes around, I have not only met emerald and will stay emerald, but over that time period, because I took that extra time and stayed steady, guys, I have put a wonderful foundation in for diamondship, which will excite me to no end. Because sometimes once you get past emerald and your business, that solid foundation's in place, your business just goes boom. Just takes off. And you don't know what day that's going to be. It could be at sapphire, it could be at emerald, it could be a ruby. Everybody's is different. Okay. Comp plan, people that you sponsor, etc. So the bottom line is that bonuses can be real negative if you're going to build from bonus to bonus to bonus. If you're so focused on the bonus, because Miss Marie, a lot of times that bonus is going to overshadow the money you're making on a per month basis. It can be so enticing. It's almost intoxicating if once again, if you haven't made that kind of money. And it will take your eyes off of what's really important here. Because Miss Marie, you can get a $50,000 check with a comp plan and be making $13,000 a month, right? Or $8,000 a month based on the comp plan, whatever. That $50,000 is going to dwarf that $8,000 to $13,000 check. Okay, and it's easy to look at that $50,000 bonus and go, "Oh man," right?
Yes, but at the same time, the last thing you want to do is allow missing a bonus to discourage you and distract you from continuing to build your business and creating the long-term, long-lasting success that you're after.
Right. And the thing is that you have to realize, guys, that so what if you miss out on the bonus? Now, I wouldn't want to miss out on a $50,000 bonus, but if you do the 5 simple steps and 10,000 group volume, chances you missing out on that bonus will be slim to none. All right, Miss Marie?
Right.
Once again, based on the comp plan, we cannot say 100% certainty that that's going to be the case because we don't know your comp plan. We don't know your products. We talk about this all the time. Your company has to have more than one product. It has to have a fair and equitable pay plan, et cetera, et cetera. There's some dynamics. We're not going to go into that. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Rob, that means you got to have a perfect world. No. You're going to look at an antiquated Amway pay plan. And to be honest with you, that is a wonderful pay plan. If Miss Marie and I were to decide to go back into Amway, or I go back into Amway, I don't know if she's ever been part of it. But the point is, we'd be ecstatic because we know what we're dealing with. We know how the 10,000 group volume and the 5 simple steps is going to work with that comp plan. And we can say, hey, you know what? They've got 15 bonus checks in their comp plan structure. We can certainly qualify for 12, 13 of those easily. We may be able to get all 15. Why? Because we know how to build a business. We know the 10,000 group volume. We know what it's going to take to get to that level. And you know what? We're good to go. We're good with that. Right, Miss Marie? We don't care if we miss 2 or 3 bonus checks in the beginning. It's the big bonus checks as we get up there. That's where Miss Marie and I are like, now this is big time. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're building for, is this top pin level and the bonus checks that come with it. Right, Miss Marie?
Yes.
That's right. So the bottom line is, guys, you can't build bonus to bonus. And look, bonus checks can be intoxicating. They can be intriguing. They can be captivating. They can be thrilling. When you go across stage and get your bonus check, I'm telling you, it is unlike anything else. The pride that you have, the sense of accomplishment, the excitement, the adulation that you get, it's just unbelievable. But the thing is that you have to get back to the basics, because if you don't do the basics, it's just short-lived, okay? And it'll start falling apart very, very fast. So that's the reason why that's the biggest negative side to it. The other negative side is that if you blow it, there's no reason to go out and blow $50,000 on a car, okay? Once again, we talked about kitchen lightning in a bottle. If you're fortunate enough to do that with a company like this, guys, take that money and pay off your debt. Set yourself up for life. Go back and listen to yesterday's episode. You'll see what we're talking about. You have anything to add, Miss Marie?
I do not. I think we covered that quite well.
I think so too. Guys, if you like what you heard, please give us a thumbs up. It gives us immediate feedback. We like that immediate feedback. Lets us know we're hitting the nail on the head. It also activates the algorithm. And guess what? The algorithm loves engagement and helps our content get in front of other people. If you go to our social media platforms, including our website, please share, like, comment. And we don't care if your comment's positive or negative. Just comment on our various social media platforms. It's also, when you're at our YouTube, please subscribe by hitting the subscribe button and hit the little bell twice so that you can get notified when we go live and when we upload new content. Did we do our promos? We already did our promos, didn't we?
I believe we did, yes, at the beginning.
Yeah, I tried to do it at the beginning, so I don't have to. I don't have to go, hey, did we do that? All right. So tomorrow is Freelance Friday, Miss Marie, number 70.
Yes.
Freelance Friday.
Our most popular episodes seem to be those Freelance Fridays. You never know what you're going to get.
You don't. We don't even know what we're going to get.
True.
I know. All right, guys. With that being said, we thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate everything you guys do for us. We see the new subscribers. We see the numbers. We are so blessed and thankful We will hop off here and see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everybody, please be careful. Be safe. God bless you. And we'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as usual, on our Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Thanks for listening to today's podcast. Download our podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and other podcast platforms. Visit our website at www.themlmsolution.net for additional important information, show details, and past shows. Follow us on Parler, Rumble, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button, or the get notified button while visiting our other social media platforms.